market analyst with Trade Captain and Amana Capital. And happy Friday to you guys. As always, we're gonna take a look at the markets such as the euro dollar. Gonna take a look at Bitcoin, crude oil, DAX 30 as well. And if you're new to this, so you're watching this on YouTube, and this is a presentation from the website here, tradecaptain.com. Very straightforward. On this website, you'll find a lot of financial news if you're interested in trading, and particularly if you're interested in Forex. But we also produce updates on cryptocurrencies, a lot of technical analysis and things like that. Up here, short-term and long-term analysis, and then you have the video reports, which are these videos. So check them out. Present several ideas, charts and levels to watch, and how the traders are positioned, and so on and so on. We have education as well here, up here on under education, webinars, trading guides and videos. Especially if you're totally new to the market, then this can be quite good. And if you're experienced, then we have some advanced videos in the premium section. Okay, let's just begin. Euro versus the USD. The market is bullish by 119.10, which is this level here. As you know, I've been waiting for some sort of a pullback, and we haven't seen that yet. Instead, we're seeing some sideways action. Now, if we break the upside here, this could be an alternative scenario. If you've been watching the pound dollar, you know that we broke the high and the market hit to the upside. So it's a very similar sort of setup. Break the high, traders go long, most likely stops go here. It's less of a safe setup because this low is much more fragile than this low here. So ideally, it just pulls back and then goes up. You might remember when we were trading here, I said the same thing: bullish or buy on a dip. Then we bought on the dip, and then we said break here, buy more. And at that time, the whole market moved up about 326 pip for the first position, and then another 176 pip on the second position. So ideally we do the same. If not, we just go for, hopefully we get some sort of a similar reaction like here. Now here's the price of Bitcoin, and I think Bitcoin is about to stabilize. I mean, it has stabilized. And to give you an idea, the way I look at this, it's you shouldn't be buying what we call a falling knife. One shouldn't be buying things that are absolutely just collapsing, unless, of course, it's in a bull market like Bitcoin is. Bitcoin, as you know, has been heading up higher and higher and higher, and there has been episodes where the market, you know, is trending lower for about 1 year and a few months. I think this was 2013 to 14, so for a little bit more than a year, it was trending lower, and I think it lost about 80% of its value. So how do I operate around these levels? Because I'm actually trading these markets. I'm not actually I believe in the concept and everything, but I'm trading them. I'm not gonna buy and hold, because I think what happened last year was more of a extraordinary event where the coin was, so Bitcoin was at 1,000, and then it went up to 19,000. And it's, to give you a little update on that, we started to analyze Bitcoin here when it was at 6,000, and we did tell people 2 times on those dips we had, you know, look to buy, look to buy. So we actually did rally the whole way to the upside. The difference here, though, is that in my case, I was trading Bitcoin Cash and I was trading Ripple, and I actually did about 200% just in December, and then I closed out, and then on the dip I bought some, and then yes, the market continued to dip, so I lost a bit on that, but now I bought on the dip again. Whereas I met people, they literally invested I think 10,000, they told me they invested about 10,000 pounds in this, and then, you know, they 10,000 multiplied by 20, you know, that's 200,000, but they didn't book profits. So whatever you, a lot of people think like, yeah, it's gonna bounce back up, it's gonna be fine, but this is a lost opportunity cost, even though these people tell themselves that, hey, don't worry, which is fine, probably don't need to worry, but it's still it's a lost opportunity to take those 200,000, as much they were worth up here, and buy them here again, and then when it goes up here you have 400,000. So it does actually matter, even though people tell you it doesn't. Anyhow, the way this works is like this: the market collapsed, and I personally think, we could move down here. And as I showed you yesterday, I think this is a good opportunity to accumulate a bit. So I did buy some Ripple, with about 20% of my portfolio, which means that if the whole thing collapses with 50% again, I would have lost 10% of my portfolio, which I can live with. And then, if I want to, I can buy a little bit more to average down. But then that will be it. I wouldn't allocate more money to this until it bottoms out. So that's where we are right now. I do think the market here, I mean, if one accumulated here, Bitcoin or any of the other coins, I think it made perfect sense. And now the trick is here is to wait for this downtrend to end and to get involved when this market starts to trend to the upside. So we're seeing some a move to the ups, a move down, because we said if we break here, look for this to go down and then went up. And it's now challenging this high. So I do think that at least it's gonna try to maybe move a little bit higher, maybe to $13,000, and then maybe from these levels it might struggle a bit. Actually, I'm just gonna leave it here, 13,000 ish, so to these lows, and then probably up, and it might, if in best of worlds, you squeezes to the upside. But what I'm looking at here, I want to see this market stop creating these lower and lower highs. Now this high here is an interesting high, but it's not like the most important high. I still think this is gonna probably go up, and maybe, if the market is really bullish and people get really eager to go long, they're just gonna squeeze through and then we'll break this level. But I think it's gonna go up, and then it's gonna have a correction. It usually does give people an opportunity to go long on that corrective move. So still think it's gonna go up and then probably down. And then when we have a more solid high here, I'm just gonna reduce this, and then whenever we break that end level here, I think it makes sense to turn bullish again. So for today, to summarize, I think it's gonna go up a bit, and then if it goes down, I think that's fair. And then when we take out that high, I think that time start to add more to this. Until that happens, I think this could again up and then down. And then again, as I said, I do suspect some people are accumulating a little bit here. In fact, I actually bought down here, and then I kept it for the move to the upside, and then went down to my entry more or less, and then went up again. And then I was keeping it because I wanted to accumulate, but unfortunately, it went all the way down. And when it came to my to this low here, I got out with a small profit because I bought here on the 22nd. Okay, so this is crude oil. This is very straightforward, not as complicated as Bitcoin. Break to 64.89 should potentially take price up to 67.13. I think traders potentially will buy here and stop goes down here. The alternative is that it goes up and then down and then around. I think we're gonna make some small adjustment here, and start to look at this maybe at 62.23. So that's just like a 20-cent change here. And then the idea here is it's gonna try to bottom out here. You have a low here, that's why I'm focusing on this. Now if take out this level, it's not gonna tumble down immediately from 61 to 59.35, but I think it's probably down and up and then something like that in worst case. But for now, let's just remain bullish and let's see if we can ride this for longer, and that's it. Here's gold, which did reach the buy zone already yesterday. Sorry, on the 17th, so 2 days ago. You might remember we was trading up here. We said look for us to go down, and we said be bullish from 1,326. So you can see right now the market's at 1,335, so we're in the money, and hopefully this is just gonna go to the upside and continue to drift higher. And as long as it's above 1,307, I'm gonna be bullish. Here's the DAX. Look at this one. It's finally gaining. Not sure why, but it is. And the idea was to buy down here. The alternative is that if we take out this level, it's probably gonna try to target this high. So I don't actually like this too much. It's a bit of a difficult market, I think. S&P 500 has been wonderful and very easy to analyze and trade since Donald Trump got elected. This is more than a year now, and I do prefer that market. But what can we do here? I mean, I think it's gonna go up and then probably push a little bit higher, and then if we have a pullback, I think that makes sense. The alternative is that if you're an experienced DAX trader, you know what you're doing, then and you really think it's gonna head to the upside, and then potentially a break to this high could potentially work as an entry with a stop here down below this low. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna allow this to move up, and then we'll see on Monday morning if it stayed up here. If it stayed up here, then on that pullback, it would make sense to turn bullish. And that, guys, is all the markets that we cover here on the 606 of trading. We do have what we called a live Q&A session with clients of Amana Capital in the premium section. That next event is gonna be on February 1st. So we did host them on a weekly basis every Thursday, but there hasn't actually been too many people that have time to come and go to that actual event. So we reduced the frequency now. So the next one is gonna be on February 1st. And then I do think as activity on this website picks up, that we'll go back and do them at least weekly. As you know, this is a totally new brand website. We launched this in August, so it's a totally new brand website, and we just started to build this. So for now, it's growing, and hopefully it can continue to grow. We'll get more analysts to help you guys, and we're actually already talking right now with one interesting guy from one of the big brokers. So hopefully we can get him in and talking with other independent traders and things like that as well. But what we need help with is to spread the word, because the more we see that people actually like this stuff, the more people watch these videos, the more people click on the articles and read them, the more people share, then it makes sense to commit more. The same way as we do with a trend, right? We buy on the dip, and if it goes well, we buy more and we ride the trend. So with that in mind, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I want to thank you so much for being part here, and happy Friday, and have a great weekend, guys. And I'll see you guys on Monday morning here at the live trading room on tradecaptain.com. Have a good day. Thank you.